Hey y'all, it's Melanie Petro, and I am here to do some Botox. I want to show it to you step by step because I think it can get very confusing when you hear, I'm sorry. What are you doing?
I can't see you. I'll get videos from this. It's fine.
Okay. So I'm going to show it to you from the beginning so you can see all the steps that are involved because there's a lot of talk about people diluting Botox. So I thought I'd show you from the very beginning. Here's the label. So I'm going to open it. Oh, they usually do this for me. Apparently there's a little tab. You can see. So this is how it comes. A bunch of papers no one's ever read on this little bottle. And here's the top. So you can see there's nothing that you can see that's in it. There's a touch of powder. So I'm taking the top off. This is bacteriostatic saline. I can't inject it like this. Okay. They're bringing me this. This is how we open it. The reason we open it is because I think it's more precise. So we just cut that. I'll never forget the day I found these. It was one of the happiest moments of my life, which says a lot about my life, excluding my moments with my dogs. Okay. Because it's really hard to get off. And so now here's this, but you can tell there's nothing that you can see that's in there. So it comes as a powder and you have to reconstitute it. Meaning you have to add something to make it a liquid. So here it is. And I'm going to pop the top on this. This is the bacteriostatic saline. This makes it hurt less. It also makes it a bit safer. I'm going to draw up slowly. Well, it's just me, but normally slower. Make sure there are no bubbles, and I want 1 cc of this. I'm going to hold the bottle carefully and add it. Because if I don't, again, I can't dilute it. I can't inject it because it's a powder. I'm going to be very careful with it. I'm going to lightly swish it. And now it's ready. So first thing I'm going to do, I really don't have a lot of my forehead. I would like for my brows to be a little bit higher and my hair to be colored, just as an aside. So I'm going to draw it up very slowly. And the way I mix it up, where it says 20, that's actually 20 units. And I think it's more precise. When I do it in my armpits, I don't even like the word, for sweating, I put 4 of these because I want it to spread. It's like food coloring in water. So my forehead, I'm going to wipe it. I usually have these little squares I love, but not today. This is great on a plane, though, if you can't stand the smell of the new chips. Love it. So I can move, and I've got a little bit of motion up here. That's just really all the forehead I have because I haven't done Botox in quite a while. So I'm going to keep mine up high because I want to weaken this part of the muscle so that this part of the muscle will pull harder and I'll get a little bit of lift. Then I can get longer lash extensions. That's my logic. Okay, so I'm raising my brows. And I'm looking where I can just put a drop. People say you can't move in your head, but you can. I really going to use it for dry shampoo. So that's really all I'm going to do in my forehead. My goal is for this to weaken and this to pull so that I get lift. Now this is stronger. This is going to have to be customized because I have a really small forehead, and I also have, this one's lower, and I'm looking to see where that muscle is. It's a little more medial than my brow because I had the chicken pox, which ruined a family vacation to the Bahamas. Sister was spraying Lysol under my door. But I don't have hair there, so don't let some brow position fool you because it can make it drop if you're not really careful. So this first muscle is the procerus. And that's the one in the middle that brings your brows in and down. So I'm weakening that so this can go up. I'm going to use all 100 units, I'm sure. So I'm only doing that because it's me. It hurt a little bit more too. Okay, so I'm going to squeeze. This one's stronger. This one's weaker. But you see how this muscle is right here, and I'm going to grab it. And what I don't want is it to interfere with frontalis, which is the muscle that pulls up. So I'm going to stay right on it. And I'm going to come over here. Note to self, learn to use left hand. Okay, definitely enough of that needle. The needles are real small, so they start to dull. So what I've done so far is going to help me lift my brows because that's really all I want. And then I'm going to do around my eyes. I'm really going to try not to bruise myself. Sorry, Mom, if you're watching. Turn the page. So again, I'm taking this. And this, I'm trying to raise my brows. Cleaning it. I'm watching where my brow pulls down. You see when I smile? That's why you should never smile. So, happy people, stop. It makes lines. So I'm going to look where that pulls down. I can see where that point is. And I'm going to get really close. And that's where I'm going to put it. And there's one other little secret spot right here. And we'll put a little bit to try to get a little bit more lift. It's very, very superficial. I haven't done it in so long. So now you can see. Don't do my ugly elbow. I hate what smiling looks like. Can't help it. Sorry I said it. It's okay to smile some, but go look up like your happiest cheerleader friend in high school. Let's see how many wrinkles they have. So that's, I don't really have enough fat here to do my nose. Definitely gonna do my neck. I wish I had a little more there because when you put it here, it really turns up. And I wish that line were easier to do. But it's just not. Because it gets uneven. If I were in charge of faces, they would be very different. And I would still be working on it. But there's a very custom approach. So I really don't like that. You can see it really well from the side. Don't look at it. Look, for all the people that say this doesn't work, I mean, I dare you to try it, because it does. There's a vein right there, so I'm deciding if I'd rather have a wrinkle or a bruise, and I'm choosing a bruise. Took me about 1 second to make that decision. And I'm going to let y'all see what this does before I do these, because these help too. Are there any questions? Then I'm going to add, I've got this left. I've probably used, I don't know how many syringes. So I'm going to add more. Remember, I have 1 in there, so I'm adding 2. If you get a headache after Botox, if you have big whelps, you know, somebody's probably using more water. It's not bad. I think it is in the face. I don't think you can get the precision with it like that in the face. So the more of this I add, the more it's going to spread. But it hurts under the arms. So it's really just not my goal to hurt. So that's 3, I hope. Right? All together, is that 3?
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. It's my armpit. Okay. So here's the 4th one. I'm just swishing it. Then I'm going to draw it up. It's really going to hurt because they didn't give me the right needles. So I'm going to use this. It's just going to take longer. There's a lot of talk about people doing their own stuff and saying it's wrong because it teaches people how to do it. I just couldn't live in a world where I thought that somebody was going to watch me do Botox and go do it. I think people are smarter than that. I hope they are, and I think that it's our. I mean, I would never let anybody else do it. I don't think that people. I just don't think people pay as much. I pay a lot of attention to everything ad nauseum. It is a fault. It only works in this one instance in life when I'm in this office. But that's when it works. That's how you know you found the perfect career. So I'm going to do my armpit. I'll show you one. I sweat, not a lot, but it turns my white shirt yellow. And after switching cleaners for the last time, they finally said, "You're sweating." But I never really noticed it. I'm that person in spin that never sweats. Okay, so I'm going to put this. It's going to hurt a little more because of the needle. But I'm just making whelps, and this is going to stop the sweating. And it's going to spread in a pretty big circle. And that's how you do it. Other places you can put it in your masseter. I wouldn't want to look at someone's armpit. You can put it in your masseters if you grind your teeth. And you can put it in your bunny lines near your nose. You just have to have a little bit more skin on your nose. I'm not asking for to do that, and then it works really well. You can put it here. You can use it here to kind of lift your lip up. I just think my lips are big enough. And you should never do this at home. I mean, you really shouldn't. You should. There's so many ways so many little things that you learn along the way if you pay a lot of attention to how people move, that you never do it the same way twice. I don't even think I've ever done mine the same way twice. Your muscles change. The places you want a little bit of lift changes. And it's all incredibly personalized and unique. And it's done very specifically. Cookie cutters work for cookies, but they don't work for faces. And to get a really good result, there is a subtle elegance to it that you can't miss, or you'll look like Madonna. I don't know if y'all have seen her. That looks like way too much filler. But you always want to look natural. The sad thing about Botox or filler or facelifts or anything is you only see it if it's done poorly. So hopefully I won't look ridiculous in a few days, and I can show you how it lifted. Hopefully. I know I won't, because I know I paid enough attention to where I did it. I know exactly how it was mixed up. I know everything I used, and I think that's incredibly important, whether you're injecting or having an injection. So if y'all have any questions, let us know. We're happy to answer them. Are there any questions? Let's see. Will you just draw me up the rest of this with a...
What do you want?
Okay, I can't use that syringe. I mean, I just want 1 cc syringes so we can get it drawn up, and I want a smaller needle to inject it with.
To do your under your
Armpits. This will hurt.
Yeah, it's a 25. It would really hurt.
I did it before. Tish drew it up, and that's what she gave me.
Oh gosh. Okay, I'll be right
What
back.
was it? It's huge.
Did you put a total of 4 in there? No, you just put 2, so you're just gonna do like,
I put 3.
Okay, I'll be right back. Let me grab it.
Right? A total of 4.
Okay.
I guess I could get up. I just know I'll forget and put it in my backpack.
Hey, yeah, just go ahead and do
How'd it do? Let's see. Okay.
That's a perfect.
Bye, y'all.
Oh, we're still on there.
Did I say anything awful?
No.
Real and raw. Y'all are still here. You can watch me do the rest. Oh, we never hung up.
here's 32s.
Oh, thanks. Jan's bringing me the good needles.
Where's what you've already drawn?
So I'm just finishing my armpits. It's going to hurt way less with this. So she said. It's nitrous.
I've never had to do that. That's painful though, you said, right?
Yep. How many more do we have?
Oh, let me see it. Oh,
I don't like showing my armpits. I don't think there's anything attractive about an armpit. If I were designing them, they would not look like that. I don't like the way the skin crinkles. I think because I'm so hyper focused, my face never bothers me. Hurts a lot less if you can kind of give it some spread. But y'all, aren't you glad our face skin doesn't look like armpit skin?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Okay, there's that one and there's a little bit left. Hang on.
I'm gonna put it in my hair, I think. I think I should try it. My theory is it'd be the perfect dry shampoo. I could use a bigger syringe, but then okay, so in a few days I won't sweat. And I won't wear deodorant. And then like it takes like 6 months and then you'll like be like, is that me or VZ? VZ, how do you sniff your underarms?
Lift it up and sniff.
She sniffs hers all the time.
Lift it up and snap.
Okay. Well, y'all have a great day. Let us know if you have any questions. Well, let me see. If you've got any, I will answer them. Okay. Lift up and sniff. see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that is why you should never smile, Melissa. You are so right. That's amazing. It's really cool. There are so many neat ways. Chin and neck. So the chin helps with texture, and the neck helps with that's a muscle, so it's just going to cinch it up. Cookie cutters do work for cookies, and now I want a cookie, Elsie. What's a unit look like? He's like, very small. I don't even think you could see it, but I do like 2 units in the lip, so you can see it actually. I would give you confidence. I would love to give you confidence. That's what really, really matters. My pain tolerance. Yeah, I could hardly take it under my arms, but I could take it anywhere else. How much is it to do a face? So to give you an idea of cost, the forehead, like what I did, it varies. It depends on what you want to do. So around the lip is usually things that are less than $100 are upper lip, the little corner, the bunny lines, the tiny areas, and sometimes the tiny areas are the best. They really are. Around the eyes is between $200 and $300. Same with the forehead and here. Now, what I did in my forehead was less because it was probably like $150. I didn't use a lot. I just don't have a lot of lines. I don't have a lot of muscle anywhere. It's kind of sad. But I don't, so I don't have to really overdo it. But I'm doing it more for the smoothing, and I'll be able to show you in a few days how much smoother that gets. And I really just want my brows up because I love my lash extensions, and I love long lashes. So sometimes I can even get more when I do that. But and I have small eyes, but it really will. It won't do this, but that's what a brow lift does, and that doesn't look that good. So it's a subtle way of lifting that's really pretty. And so this is between $200 and $300 too. So the neck would probably be $200, and armpits are expensive, but you only have to do it every 6 months. They're usually close to about $1,000, but it lasts about 6 months, and it's great in the summer. You can do hands and feet if your feet sweat. You can do hair if your head sweats, but go somewhere else. I don't like sweat on the head. But I'm just kidding. You can come here if you need it. I've done it. Okay. I hope that answers. If y'all have any other questions, feel free to ask me. We will answer you. I'm sorry. I've had some help with this for a while.
Grandma's just coming.
Of course. That's my boy. He knows when we're live.